I'm going to kick us off here. My name is Blake Sudduth. I'm the Director of Growth here at Pemberton Real Estate, and I am fired up today. And I wanted to ask you guys a question of, do you have an I don't know business? And what do I mean by that? Do you know your numbers? Forwards and backwards. Do you know how many appointments a week to turn into one closed sale? Do you know your ICP or your avatar client? Forward and backwards. This is a good one. Do you know that you will have 2 listing appointments in the second week of February of 2026?
I do.
Oh, okay, there you go. So you don't have a what? I don't know business. Do you know when your next 2 listing appointments will be? I get it. I do. And when you walk out that door and wake up tomorrow wondering, where's my next listing going to come from? You have a what?
I don't know.
You have a what?
I don't know.
Guess what? I've had an I don't know business before too. Who remembers this date, this time frame? What happened? Oh, what was that? What did they do? They did what? It got pretty chilly. I remember during this time, I was actually out of production at that time. I was scaling up my team. I had a lot of buyers, I was recruiting to my team, and everything was going great, and it was awesome. And it was the summer, and people were like, you know what? Some of the experts were saying, hey guys, start to cut expenses, because rates are gonna do what? But in May, they weren't what? They weren't up yet. But by the fall, what was happening? Boom. I was like, hey, we got a prospect, we got a prospect. We got a prospect. We got a prospect, we got a prospect, and I'm prospecting. And my bank account is not going like this, it's going like this. It got so bad, I was like, I've got to get back into production. So what did I do? I started prospecting. I started meeting with my SOI. I started going on coffees every day. I started holding open houses. And for 90 days straight, I came to one conclusion. Damn, I didn't have any business still. Who's felt that? Be honest. Dude, it got really hard. And I know it got hard for most of you guys because I've looked at the data of every single agent in this entire state. I've seen it. It got really, really hard. It got so bad that I had this just like epiphany. I was like, nobody wants to move. Who's ever felt like that before? And I remember talking with my wife and I'm like, she's like, Blake, this is really tough. Remember this? She's right there. My wife's the best, by the way. Give a round of applause for Melissa. Okay, so it was so bad that I was like, I had like a really significant amount in my bank account to next to significantly nothing. And I was like, this isn't working. I continue to talk to people that I did a really good job of getting them into the homes in 2020 and 2021. You remember that? You guys all did a good job, and you got all your clients into those homes. And when you asked them if they wanted to move, what did they say? No, right? And even if they were like, yeah, maybe, how did you feel? Well, you want to get an 8% rate? So I had to adjust. I had to solve a problem really quick. And I changed my mindset from focusing on people that want to move to have to move, because people still buy and sell homes every single day. Would you agree? Yes or yes?
Yes.
So a mindset changed when I had next to nothing as far as income, no leads in the pipeline at all. This was May of 2023. So I went from pretty much the winter of 2022 to next to nothing into May of 2023. And I'm like, this isn't working. Something's got to change. I barely have any food for my dog. Like, it got really, really bleak, really dark. So I changed my mindset. I stopped focusing on want to move and started solving the problems of people that have to move. And what was the number one thing holding people back during that time? It's the same thing all the time. What's the number one thing holding people back from making a move? What is it? Rates. So what did I do? I marketed a solution. I found a solution to get people into the homes that they want for the people that had to move. New build incentives, buy downs, all of that stuff. So because if we continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, that's the definition of insanity, right? But we'll continue to do it over and over and over, but then we have to make a change. Where am I going with all this? Something did change. I continue to work with my sphere, and some of them would entertain the fact, but I had to find people that had to move really quick, okay? So my wife, who's incredible, was like, hey, mind you, I had like zero money at this time. I had to find people that had to move. Where do they all go? They go to one big website. And I was like, I gotta do it. So I called my old rep who I cussed out 2 years ago and was like, sucks, right? I called him up, I was like, dude, you got any zip codes for me? He goes, no, I don't have any zip codes. And I'm like, great. Talking about Zillow, by the way. We prayed at that time. We're believers, we prayed. The following morning, dude calls me, he goes, Blake, I've got 2 zip codes. I've got the #1 zip code in Woodbury and the #1 zip code in Cottage Grove. And I go, I want them. How much? He's like, $6,000 a month. And I go, I'll call you back in an hour. Melissa, who is my hero, and I would not be in this room today without her, goes, Blake, I've got some retirement from an old job. Go get us out of this. Boy, I hit the ground running. 52 days, 3.7 million in volume. What's 2.7 on 3.7?
81.
What? 100. Because I stopped focusing on the want to move and I started solving a problem for people that have to move. And I don't say that to brag. I'm just saying you need to adjust your mindset. Most of you guys don't have a business problem. You have a marketing problem. And what do marketers do? A marketer identifies a big problem and offers a bigger solution. A marketer identifies a big problem and offers a bigger solution because everyone knows a realtor, yes or yes? Yes. They probably know 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've probably got their brother-in-law, everything like that. Would you agree, yes or yes? But does everyone know an expert in that specific area? Probably not. A marketer also identifies patterns. I recognize the pattern that, hey, I did a good job with my friends and family, they're not moving. I've got to find people that have to move. Would you agree that homes still sell all the time? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up,
Down.
up,
Down.
up.
Down.
It sounds like a pattern, doesn't it? I'm going to teach you today how AI helps you read patterns. So then you can dive into what Parker calls the opportunity zone. Because we're going to be listing what? You want more listings, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to where people have listings. Would you agree?
Yes.
Awesome. Or should we continue to do, let's go down that old hole that's still, it's down there somewhere. They'll call me every once in a while. When's the next time? I don't know. We're going to make sure that we do know. How does that sound?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So I'm going to offer you a 3-part framework. Solution, source, system. Solution, source, system. So we're going to use AI as our source because listings don't come from posts. They come from what? Patterns. Sellers always move for predictable reasons. We just have to find the predictable reasons. What are some of them?
Job changes.
What?
Job changes.
That's great. What else?
Kids.
The family change.
5 Ds?
Divorce, diplomas, death, diapers.
Wow, it sounds like a pattern. We call these life events. Life events. People make changes during life events. Write this down. People make changes during life events. I've recruited a lot of people in this room. I'm not ashamed of it. I love it. I'm glad you're at this company. Usually when I talk to you, there has been a life what? Event. Patterns. It's all patterns. If you understand the sources, you can understand the timeline. If you can predict the timeline, you can have a predictable business. Don't we want a predictable business? Perfect. Examples, downsizers, that's a source. Equity unlockers. Hey, I don't know if you had this equity, or hey, this person's in some debt, I need the equity, I got to rent for a few years, I got to pay this off. They need to get that equity out. Life transitions. Upgraders. We had 3 kids when we met you, Blake, or no, we had no kids when we met you, Blake. Now we've got 3 kids. We need a bigger house. We need to sell our single family in St. Paul. We're going to Woodbury. Sellers responding to interest rate shifts. You can't attract what you can't identify. The agent that knows the source gets the what? The agent that knows the source gets the what?
Listing.
Because we're trying to be listing magnets, right? Very simply for this presentation, I asked ChatGPT, using the last 5 years of historical data, what are the main reasons people move or sell their home? Has anyone popped that into ChatGPT? You have? Way to go. What do they say here? Hey, that's a good question. Looking at multiple years of data, why people move and sell their homes, a few big buckets emerge as the main motivations, and with those, some recurring patterns, specific reasons. Here's a breakdown based off historical data and recent studies. The most common reason is simply wanting a newer, better, larger home. Sometimes that means upsizing, needing more bedrooms. We talked about that. Other times, downsizing. Perhaps kids move out. Any empty nesters in here? Have you worked with empty nesters before? Yes, right? What does the data say? 40% of moves are housing related. They want a bigger, larger, more appropriate housing. 25 to 27% are family related. Household changes, marriage, divorce, forming new household. 21, new job employment. The remainder, retirement, lifestyle change, all of this stuff. Most recent, when buyers and sellers are asked why they're relocated, 30% said moving closer to family or friends, 21% to get more money, all this good stuff. A quick summary, what are the top 3 reasons? Just get to it, ChatGPT, just get to it. Just tell me, I want the top 3. I don't want to go through all this. Housing need change, family-related reasons, job, financial life shifts, wanting to be closer to family, changes in household, marriage, divorce, kids moving out, caregiving needs, upgrade, downsize, better layouts, top 3 reasons. And then guess what? It goes, hey, what this means for you, Blake, as a realtor. It just did it for me. People's motivations are seldomly purely market-based. What encourages them to move? Life events drive a large portion. Suggests that effective real estate strategy should pay attention to life stage. This is all going to make sense here in a second. I'm going to tie this together, okay? It even said marketing that speaks to upgrade, downsize, life change, new phase. That resonates. Did it say, Sherry, just post another just sold? Did it say, Liz, just post another just sold? Blake, just post another just listed, coming soon? What did it say? Marketing that speaks to upgrade, downsize, life change, new phase. Most agents lose listings not because they're bad, but because they're inconsistent. So if we know the source, this is gonna sound weird, I don't want you to be realtors. I want you to be what? Well, what was it?
Marketers.
Marketers. Who solve a what? Problem. Hey, I'm the guy that's going to solve this problem because this is what I've done. This is my specific expertise. Choose an expertise that you love, that you're passionate about, that you know backwards and forwards, and share that story. Because if we're attracting listings and we work with a certain people, who are we going to probably attract?
Them people.
Those people. And we want to work with more of who? Those people. Isn't that cool? Or we can continue to post another just sold, coming soon, and leave it up to the world of like, yeah, I think I know a realtor. I know 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 too. But do you know an expert downsizer? Do you know an expert relocate? Like, this is my niche. This is what I do. I'm the best. I'm number 1 at this. If you're in the market for something, wouldn't you want to work with the number 1 probably? I would, right? So we need a system. Most agents lose listings not because they're bad. You guys aren't bad. Could we be a little bit more consistent? Oh, come on. Yeah. Could we be a little bit more consistent?
Yes.
Blake, I need accountability. I need some consistency in my life. Patterns. It's okay. I'm the same way. I'm not here to say I'm better than you, but it's like, hey, we need some consistency, right? Let AI build that system that's consistent for you. Let it do that. A follow-up engine, a nudge engine, an education engine, a marketing machine to do this for you. AI can do nurtures, it can do follow-ups, it can read behavior triggers, it can do pattern recognition for you, it can position you in authority, it can just stay visible with automation so you're always in front of them. Hey, I know you said you're not downsizing until next year, but at least you know I'm the expert consistently once a month and I'm sending you value. I'm not gonna dive into system because we're gonna do a big system with Tyler later, okay? We're gonna walk you through an entire system. AI is gonna find the solution. This is the third one. Who can read that for me? Who wants to read that for me?
If I were a marketer providing a solution to the main reason for moving, what would you suggest?
If I was a marketer providing a solution to the main reason for moving, what would you suggest? Well, here's the clean strategic answer written in a way that you can directly in a keynote marketing positioning statement. If you're a marketer solving the number 1 reason, you solve housing needs. Show people the homes they want. Don't show them the market, it says. Not the MLS, not your brand, not the comps. You market the next chapter. they're actually trying to step into. How many of you guys have sent somebody to get pre-approval and you never hear from them again? Raise your hand. You guys need to sell some more homes if your hands wasn't up, bro. Come on. How many of you guys have sent a CMA for somebody that said that they wanted to sell? You sent it, you gave it, whatever it is, and you never heard from the seller again. Hey, you probably said, hey, look this over. Let me know what you think. Did you say something like that? Yeah. You gave him homework. I hated homework in school. I know some of you guys loved homework, didn't you? I could not stand homework. You're not providing my favorite C word, convenience. You're not providing convenience. You're giving them homework. You're not showing them what they want. You're making them do all this. I got to fill out this thing and blah, blah. My kids are screaming over here. I've got to go to dance practice. I'm already like, I'm late on my bills as it. Like, and I got to do this. People don't want to do that. What do they want? They want the home. They're not excited yet. You got to get them excited. Then they'll do the homework. Does that make sense? Help them see the upgrade or downsize before they make the decision. Create a marketing that paints a better picture fit. The office you needed since 2020. A Rambler with 0 stairs. A backyard your family can actually use. A payment that finally makes sense. Use data to show their current home is no longer the best fit. You become the trusted advisor, doesn't say you become the realtor, to quantify the pain. People want to avoid what? Pain. You offer them a solution to that pain. Because would you guys say you're pretty good realtors? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Nobody woke up today wanting your service, Beth. Nobody woke up, Jordan, saying, I can't wait for that Jordan Etherton service today. No one said, God, I can't wait to call Blake to get that service. They woke up with them wanting their pain gone. You can provide the solution. Does this make sense? We often say, hey, I'm this person, I broadcast this thing. You're not broadcasting a solution. And maybe I'm kicking a dead horse here, but I just recognize a pattern, and we can change that pattern and attract more listings when we market ourselves as a solution to a specific problem.
So I use ChatGPT a lot, and when I go to show houses, I'll take a screenshot of all the showings, I'll put it in there, and I'll say, break down all these houses for me, and then I want you to tell me how to sell them, and I'll explain my client, who they are. Like, they're a young couple, they're this, they're that, this is what I like. So then it tells me exactly what to highlight.
That's great.
Houses. And I actually just did this to 2 Zillow people, and I wrote offers for both of them.
Gee.
So if you speak to it and how you want it to answer you, like, it will give you something that you can go off of.
We're going to dive into that during Q&A. I want to know more about that. That's awesome. Show them the homes they didn't even know they wanted. How many of you guys have taken a client to a home and they wrote off like, we would never live in a townhouse, or we would never buy new construction? And then you get them in that nice new build, and suddenly their budget that they said was $350 is now $550. Because you showed them a better what? Like, you showed them something great that they got them excited. If you get them excited enough, they'll want to go away from the pain. They will actually go home and lay in their bed and go, honey, I hate, we gotta go. I've done that before. I'm like, I can't stand showing back up to this house, being in that house that I was in. You know what I'm talking about? Reduce the fear of the unknown. The greatest hidden reason people don't move is uncertainty. Uncertainty. Is it uncertainty in the process, or is it uncertainty in how I'm delivering it to you? That's a great question. I would write that down. I've recruited like 65 agents this year going, hey, I understand you're uncertain about this. Is it uncertainty in the system, or is it uncertainty in me that I'm delivering it? Instead of just showing them homes, why don't we show them clear timelines? Step-by-step process, price, payment, scenarios. Thank you, ChatGPT, for doing all this for me. Sell before buy strategies. Bridge loan. Guys, they do this once or twice in their life. For us, it's riding a bike. And we'll skip steps because it's easy, it's second nature. They do this once or twice, and they're taking information from Good Morning America and their uncle that sold a house in 1987, right? What do you mean there's an HOA? What do they do this for? Yeah, man, it's a townhouse in Lakeville. Like they have these things now. I still remember, what do you mean an inspection costs $700? They do, they just do. When's the last time you bought and sold a house? Well, he hasn't. Like, it was just that one. It was 1957 when he got the house, right? It cost him a song and $14. It was great. He got in at that right time. Position yourself as a marketer who solves the problem, not the future. Guys, this is one simple question that I asked at the beginning, and ChatGPT gave me all this information. Most agents market what? Here's what I sold. I wasn't picking on you. ChatGPT was picking on you. When I said, you just post this, this, and this. I get it. I understand. Here's what I sold. You market, here's what life could be. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? Guys, here's what life could be. Ryan does a good job of this. He shows these beautiful homes on video all the time. He's like, hey, check this out. This is what it could be. Look at these features. This is great. You do a great job about that.
Thank you.
You should follow him. Watch his videos. A marketer who owns the future wins the move-up seller. Holy moly, ChatGPT dropping the one-liners. You should write that down. The marketer who owns the future wins the move-up seller. The simple answer, the number one reason people move is housing needs. Then the marketer who solves the housing needs becomes the most valuable person in their life. You win listings by helping people visualize, plan, and step into the home that better fits their next chapter. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you want to know why I win listings and I help so many people that I do? I help people visualize and plan. I help them step into the home that better fits their next chapter. Do you see any other reason why we wouldn't work together? Perfect, sign here. You think I'm getting that listing?
Yep.
Exactly, I'm getting that listing. Is that a script you could use on your next listing appointment? I know you asked why you want to work with me. It's really simple. You know, all of my clients and all my listings that I've sold over the years, it really comes down to I'm really good at helping my sellers visualize and plan and step into that next chapter that best fits them. Do you see any other reason why we wouldn't work together? Are you guys getting some value out of this?
Yes.
Yes? I only asked ChatGPT 3 questions. Do you get that? It gave me all of those answers. And write this down. Every listing exists because of a pain point. Every seller has a problem. You become a listing magnet when you solve the problem they're quietly living with. And don't forget, you don't get listings by telling people what you sold. You attract listings by solving the problem they're scared to say out loud. These are people with real problems, right? How many of you sat across the table and they're like, Blake, I need you to sell this house for this amount of money. I can't afford to I'm just barely breaking even. That's a real pain. How many of you guys have had that conversation? My life is falling apart. This happened to me. Like, we're getting a divorce. Like, my life is ruined. Like, how many of you guys have said, like, that's a real problem, right? What an honor and a privilege that we get to be a solution for that chapter. Do you agree that that's a privilege and an honor to get to do what we do?
Absolutely.
How you prepare shows how much you care. Some of you guys need to wake up and make a choice that you act like this is a privilege and an honor to sit across that table and to solve more of those problems. And maybe I'm being too rough on you. But maybe that's what you needed, right? Shane, how you want your accountability? 0 to 10?
10.
10.
12.
You want a Goggins, right? Dude, get serious about this stuff. Go solve more people's problems. It's an honor and a privilege. Too many of you guys want to make the same amount of money as doctors and lawyers, and you don't prepare at all. Come on, let's go. We're better than that. That's it. I'll end on that note. Really quick, so just to reiterate, it's the 3-part process: a source, system, and a solution. Okay? Keep it very, very simple. A source can be whatever source you want. A downsizer, an upsizer. If you serve everyone, you serve no one. Have you heard that before?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
If you service everyone, you ultimately serve no one. But Blake, I need this deal now. I get it. But if you hyper focus on one specific problem and you do a great job, they're going to tell other people that have that problem. Would you agree? Yes or yes? And if you dive all in on this and you become the expert at this and you solve those problems faster and faster and you use ChatGPT and you become number one at this thing, do you think you would attract more people with that problem? Right? But Blake, I got to work with these first-time homebuyers. I got to do this, this, and this. I get it, but I'm telling you, go all in on one thing, go a mile deep instead of an inch deep and a mile wide, go a mile deep, because then guess what? This is where the predictability comes in. So the second week of February, you've been marketing, they've been referring, you know that you have another downsizer client every single week over and over and over and over again. Isn't that what you want? Yes or yes? Right? But if we are multitasking in all of our directions, that creates unpredictability. And all of you want consistency and predictability in your business, right? Right. Yeah, I know. This is how you do it. You work with the same person, you become the expert. Thank you guys very much, okay? Really quick, I'll get this at the end. These things fill up really quick. I know today we're a little light, but last time we had like 175 people. Next one that we do is this one specifically. Like I said, every single one is different. This one is we're gonna dive into AI and automations to we're gonna give you some proven playbooks to double your sales next year, okay? And so this one is gonna be it's gonna be heavy workshop-esque. We're gonna take your proven lead sources that you have, and we're gonna do AI and automations. Sign up for this, send it to a friend. Each one of these is gonna be different, and it's gonna be guaranteed to do 3 things. Help you sell more homes, make more income, get more time back. So this is my challenge to you, and I'm gonna leave this, and then I'm gonna get Liz Gust up here. I want you to walk out this door and think today, what problem am I solving for a seller? The one they're scared to say out loud, okay? I want you to think about that. And then I want you to keep it really simple. Here's my business plan for you next year. Pick one source of listings. We had ChatGPT source those listings for you. Build one simple system around it. Solve one problem clearly. Start there. Consistency is what makes it predictable. And the predictability makes you unstoppable. Consistency makes you predictable. Predictability makes you unstoppable, okay? Just do those 3 things. I promise it's gonna work. It's like Novocaine, give it time, it'll work. It's my favorite Denzel line from Remember the Titans. Weird reference right now. Okay, and so you can ultimately go from I don't know to I know. Because that's what we want, right? We want an I know business. I know that I'm gonna have listing appointments every single week from here on out. Wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
Right, okay. Does this kind of make some sense?
Yes.
Yes? Awesome, thank you guys, I appreciate it.